Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at the vampire a little bit more in depth. Now, first off, let's feed. So it's really easy to get to be a vampire. You just need to feed on the dude, and then you have to do a quest here at the shrine. Like for Pact, it's here in the rift. Then you go to Fallowstone, and it's almost here in the corner. So now, what does vampire offer? First off, like, a lot of people ask me before, like, but doesn't it have a lot of like weaknesses? Not really. Sure, you are like weak to fire damage. So basically, it says your health regenerates 50% slower, so your health recovery is really low. You take 20% more damage from fire. If you're a dark elf, especially if you're a dark elf, it doesn't really impact you at all. And the next thing is, I'm stage 3 vampire now, and you can go up to vampire stage 4. Like, my abilities cost 14% less, like the vampire abilities. Then also, like, when you feed, you reduce your vampire stage. So every time you feed, like, it will give you again more health recovery, but on the other hand, health recovery is fucking useless anyway. So whatever. There is passives for that, so let's just go quickly through the passives. And after that we're gonna talk about skills. Some of those skills are really useful. Now, basically, you have savage feeding. After like you feed on an enemy with the drain essence, it sets them off balance. It can be really helpful, simply because you do certain skills do more damage when enemies are set off balance. Supernatural recovery. Now here, that's where it gets interesting. When you have vampirism stage 2 or higher, you get 10% more magic and stamina recovery. Now, if you remember, when you are a werewolf, you need to slot the werewolf ulti to get the extra stamina recovery. Here, you're not transforming in a vampire. This is your like looks as a vampire, and you don't need to slot any skill, and you still get the extra 10% magic and stamina recovery. It can be really nice. Then we have this one. It's just simply when you want to infect another dude, give him the happy curse. Then Undeath. This can also become really handy, especially in PvP. Reduces damage dealt to you when you fall below 50% health, and then lower health increases the effect, reducing damage by up to 33%. So if you sit at maybe 5 to 1% health, you will get 33% reduced damage. That's a lot. Doesn't look like it's a lot, but it's a lot. Can really save your ass. Then we have this here, Unnatural Resistance. Simply it reduces the health recovery thingy. I don't even activate this, but whatever. Darkstalker can be nice in PvP. So you see, ignore the movement speed penalty while in crouch. And decreases the time it takes to crouch by 50% during the night. So this can be really cool, especially if you're a sneaky nightblade or something. Now, in terms of skills, so there is a few things. You have Bat Swarm, there is Clouding Swarm and Devouring Swarm. This one here, every time you hit the enemy, you gain life. You see, also siphons 3k health from each affected enemy. The other one just makes you invisible, but it's kinda bugged, so use this one. And it also looks kinda cool. Kinda cool. Now, next thing, Drain Essence. So here, we have the Accelerating Drain. You gain minor expedition, gives you a small speed buff, but nobody really uses this because what the fuck. Then Invigorating Drain. This says you also generate ultimate during the drain. So when you feed on a dude, while you feed, you gain ulti faster. And you see, consume an enemy's life force, dealing 6.4k magic damage, restoring 20% of your missing health, and generating 4 ulti every second. Now, sure, in PvP people can break free from that thingy, but it's actually a pretty nice CC ability. Especially, it's probably used a lot on Magicka DKs. Simply because I'm actually not sure, I think you can't block it. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section below, then I will make a note. but I think you can't block it. And also you cannot dodge roll it, so it can come in really handy. Maybe, or yeah, something like that. Just let me know in the comment section below. Then we have Mist Form. This skill is actually really useful. You see, this one here also deals damage to nearby enemies, the new effect. Nobody really uses this one. Most use Elusive Mist. Gives you Major Expedition, so the speed buff. Now, what does it do? You basically transform into a mist, like this. Looks fucking cool. And it's also really effective because you, like you see, you're reducing your damage taken by 75%. So if you take 75% less damage while you are in this form, and on top of that you gain the speed buff, and it removes all like CC abilities and immobilization effects. So when you get rooted on the ground, you could use this and it will unroot you. And during this phase you can't get stunned, you can't get rooted as long as you're in this phase. The only downside to this is that you do not recover any magical. You see the second text, the last one, and your magical recovery is disabled, so that's gone. That's the only negative thing. But on the other hand, most people have so much magicka, it doesn't really matter, and it's just a 75% damage reduction, just insane. Now, there is a few builds that kinda use, like there's probably more vampires than werewolf in Cyrodiil simply because Mist Form and Undeath, like those two things, and Supernatural Recovery, those three things, are mostly the reason why people go vampire. Now if you want to give it a go, I just showed you how. Just level up the stuff and you're good to go. If you have any questions about vampire, just let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see me stream, just hit me up on Twitch. If I forgot something or if you have any questions about vampire or in general about the game, just hit me up there. The link is also in the description. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.